Good afternoon. My name is Matt, and I'm in the construction engineering program at the University of Colorado. And this was actually taken last summer back home in Alaska off our back porch just after midnight. And what I wanted to show you today was a tool that I developed. And the data that this tool runs off of comes from two different places. One from a research study that I did where I got together a group of construction safety experts and I asked them to quantify the interrelationships on how one of these elements affects another and vice versa. So there's 13 different elements here, and so there was over 150 different interrelationships to be quantified, and that was quantified in a percent increase or a percent decrease in effectiveness that one element has on another. I then combined that with another research study that looked at each one of these strategies in isolation and looked at what that effectiveness was. So then I combined that and made a whole bunch of different algorithms that this runs off of. And so there's a lot of back pages on how this runs, but this is what the user would see. And so this would be the user interface right here, and there's definitions on each of these strategies. These boxes is what the end user would check, and these outputs, we'll start with this one. So this compares the increase in effectiveness of adding a strategy to your current safety program. So the darker green strategies would be the most effective injury prevention strategy to add, while the yellow are the least effective. So also if you check these, then it goes to yellow. So this is just looking at what would be the next most effective strategy to add to my current safety program. Now the second output took this data from another research study that went around and asked contractors the dollars spent per million in project scope on each of these strategies. So then I figured that into the equation and found, what is the most effective per cost to add a strategy to your current safety program. So the darker green strategies indicate the most effective per cost injury prevention strategy to add, while the yellow are the least. So also again, if the strategy has already been selected, the output will be yellow. So before anything's checked, you can see which are the more effective, or what the panel thought were the more effective elements. So let's pretend we're in a construction company together and we got some extra money to add a new strategy to our safety program. So let's check what we're currently doing. Let's say we're doing frequent inspections, JHAs, record keeping. We have a subcontractor selection and compliance, training and regular safety meetings, upper management support, and worker participation and involvement. So what you can see here is the next most effective strategy to add would be a site safety manager, followed by a site-specific safety plan, and right in there is a safety and health committee. But if we figure in dollar amounts, we can see that switches, and the most effective per cost would actually be a site-specific safety plan. And then, probably tied for second would be, the site safety manager or a safety and health committee to add. So that's really in a nutshell how this tool works, and I just have a few questions that I want to ask you on and get your feedback on what you think of this. So I'm going to put these questions in the email I send you that with the YouTube link, and then you can either choose to type in the answers on a reply, or if you're not a typer, that's fine. Just reply with a time that I can contact you that would be good for your schedule, and I'll give you a ring and get your feedback. So really what I wanted to know was if you thought there was any application for this tool, what were your likes and dislikes, do you have any changes that you would suggest, were the instructions adequate, Do you use a computer often? And if you had any other comments. So I want to just say thank you for your time and your feedback, because this is helping me graduate and I appreciate it. Thank you very much.